So when a traumatic event occurs, we often remember exactly where we were, the sounds, the sights, even the emotions, suspended in time. So Eve, where were you when the event of that unforgettable day unfolded? The day now embedded in our memories.
Yeah, I was actually walking out of my apartment on my way to work. I was running late that day, and I remember looking up and seeing one of the planes hit one of the towers, because I could see the towers from the street where I lived. And I just thought, oh my God, it was like that is a horrible accident. And then after I got to work, we found out that a second plane had hit. And when that happened, then we knew it wasn't an accident when two happened. And we were all just in shock. And they wouldn't let us go home because everything was shut down. The entire city was shut down. Nothing moved in or out. Everything was stopped. They were holding everyone in place. And we just went into our vice president's office, and he had cable TV. So we were watching everything on cable TV, and then we saw the towers come down. And we all just kind of sat there like in complete and utter shock. Um, After that, they let us go home a few hours later, and people were having problems getting home because everything had been disrupted. But I was able to walk home from where I worked. And I remember getting to Gramercy Park, which is normally closed. It's a private park. But that day they opened the park. So that was the first time and last time I was ever able to walk through Gramercy Park. Um, and it was just a state of shock.
Right.
And then it turned into grief. I mean, it was like the city had gotten punched in the gut, and you would walk down the street and you would just see people crying. It was like even the bus drivers we were being nice to everyone, which which was weird back then. It was just people were just being nice, and everybody was just there was so much grief. But the one thing that I really remember, there was a slogan people would write on the walls, and it was, "Our grief is not a cry for war."
Mm.
I remember that. And then Union Square, just which is also near where I live, turned into like this huge memorial for everyone who had passed. It was gut-wrenching. The whole experience was gut-wrenching.
Yeah, no, I remember being with my son at that time. He was only 6 months old. I was home with him.
Oh, wow.
I received a call from a friend urging me, just turn on the news, turn on the TV. And when I did, I was absolutely shocked by what was happening. I didn't believe at first. I'm like, what is this? And then when I saw, like really paid attention, I was devastated and I couldn't stop crying. I felt completely like overwhelmed and helpless. I didn't know like how to support the people who are trapped in New York City, that was terrifying and horrible times. So you living in the city, yeah, probably like the worst thing, because you're seeing everything around you.
We,
Um,
as being part of Art of Living, the one thing we did do is we reached out to as many people as we could. I mean, phone lines were down. A lot of the cell towers had been knocked out,
right.
but there were still landlines at that point in time, and those were working. And I remember we were calling as many people as we could. And I remember calling Dean and letting him know that Shirley was fine because she had been downtown that day and he was really worried. And I remember I got a call from Vikas, a friend of mine, and he said, "Can you call my wife? I can't call outside the city. Let her know I'm okay." And I remember like calling people and just letting like
Right.
their loved ones know that they were okay. Um, and then at the end of the day, all the people that we, could reach were all okay. And I remember putting out a message on like the teachers list, just saying, we're all alive.
Grace, it's a blessing.
Yeah.